There are times when sports become more than just a game. When a teammate goes down with an injury, oftentimes players are highlighted helping that teammate up or supporting them as medical staff looks them over. For Lance Douglas and the men's basketball team at Penn State Harrisburg, the power of unity and family was highlighted when the sophomore guard collapsed in a January 7th game against Penn State Abington.
In the game, I kind of shot a layup, and for like a couple of minutes there, like I went down and I would kind of be getting up slowly. I just felt off before it happened, and so I'm running up and down the court. I knew something wasn't right, but I wasn't exactly sure, and so timeout gets called. My coach subs me out, and so I get subbed out, and then I sit down. But as I sit down, I start feeling like very dizzy, like my body's like starting to feel faint, and so I start like going out of it, and so I'm helped up into another chair, and as soon as I sit down, that's kind of where everything went dark. And then next thing I know, I wake up and I just see a bunch of paramedics and people around me, parents, my teammates. So it was a very chaotic situation.
Towards the end of the game, Douglas found himself on the ground coming off an offensive transition. This came days after the world was shocked when Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin collapsed and had to be administered CPR on the field during a Monday Night Football game against the Cincinnati Bengals.
When I got out of the hospital, I was just having flashbacks of the event. I've had flashbacks every day, nightmares of the situation since it happened, especially with the athlete in the NFL, Damar Hamlin, and his cardiac situation. So that kind of is where the situation took me.
As the game winded down and the Abington players celebrated their win, his teammates rushed to his side as the buzzer went off. Spectators watched as the team surrounded the young player going in and out of consciousness. The trainer put an oxygen mask around his face as he was then lifted from the chair and then placed on the ground with his legs in the air. Hershey medical staff arrived on scene to help. Douglas was then placed in the hospital for 6 days.
I remember the doctor came in and he told me that when he told me my right ventricle was dilated, he also told me I had something called sinus pauses. And so basically what happens is my heart will be beating and then it will pause for a couple of seconds and then it'll stop back on. And when he told me that, I just started breaking down crying because I thought that was it for me with basketball.
Douglas made his return to play on January 28th against Lancaster Bible.
3 weeks ago, I was in a hospital bed, and so when I subbed in, I just wanted to be able to impact the game in any way I could. Obviously, I know it's going to take some time for me to get back to my full stride, but I'm getting there slowly but surely. But the thing I always tell myself is just try to keep the main thing the main thing.
Since then, the sophomore guard has only excelled, with notable performances against Wells, Gallaudet, and Penn College. Against Wells, Douglas had 11 points and 5 rebounds, then recorded another 10 points against Penn College. As he heads into the final stretch of the basketball season, he looks to win the United East Conference alongside his teammates.
I would like to three-peat with my team. I was blessed enough to be a part of our second conference championship in a row. And now that I have a bigger role this year, I just want to be able to play a part in helping us three-peat, get to the NCAA tournament for the 3rd straight year.
And this is Alexa Henry with Nittany Watch.